This is crazy, guys. Amazon was pressured by Joe Biden's White House to hide books that told the truth about COVID and the COVID vaccine. And Joe Biden did not want us to know about the COVID vaccine, the bad stuff about it, and the ineffectiveness of it, and how it can even be damaging. And he also went on, he had his top COVID people contact Amazon, contact Facebook, contact Twitter, and force them to ban stuff and hide stuff and remove stuff. But what's really scary is that they were suppressing books and hiding books. Amazon was, because the White House told them to. That is freaking nuts. That is not America. This is freaking communist China. This is Venezuela. This is North Korea. This is Russia. But this is not America. This administration must pay for what it has done to us. You know, I love the description of this. They're not they didn't burn books, but they buried books. They banned them. And they literally sought out, hounded, and pressured and tried to force, basically, they forced almost Amazon into compliance. I'm going to read some of the things they did here, but this is beyond filthy. Do you understand? Okay, there is a scientist. I'm going to have to have him, I'm going to have to have him on. Tucker Carlson has had him on twice. And I do not think he is a conservative type, honestly. I think he's just a scientist. I'll be able to find his name in like a split second, because I need to get his bio, because he's been on the show twice in the past several weeks, and he's very impressive. He really is. I will have to scroll down and look for his name here, but he is a doctor and a scientist. And I'm going to go. I'm going to find this guy. Here he is. Brett Weinstein. I'm going to look him up because he is a, here we go. Evolutionary. He's a professor of evolutionary biology, doctor, professor, podcaster, author. And anyways, so he resigned in the aftermath of a series of campus protests about racial equity at Evergreen College, where he was in Washington State. And there you go. He is considered part of the intellectual dark web. That's funny. It's from leftist Wikipedia. Anyways, but he is, as an evolutionary biologist, he talks about how damaging the COVID vaccines are. And mRNA, it's not ready for prime time at all, and how damaging it is. And this is fascinating. I listened to him with Tucker for a lengthy interview. And what I can tell you is the damage that mRNA has done to people. He goes to these conventions, these scientific conventions in Europe and in other countries, and he says that when they're talking about the kind of damage that mRNA vaccines have done to people, the COVID-19 mRNA, it's not a vaccine, but they called it that. The numbers are, he says, globally in the millions of people that have been harmed by it. There's a lot of people that there's supposedly is no harm, but there's also a lot of people that's been real harm. And what's shocking is our government basically tried to force us all to get a vaccine that most of us didn't need. They lied to us and they said it was you would not get the virus, which they knew it was a lie, and it is a lie. And they said you wouldn't be contagious, you wouldn't get the virus, and people that aren't getting the vaccine are killing people, and you're killing people. That was all a lie. And then they took, and I know I'm telling you stuff you already know, but it's just incredible for me to realize this and talk about it with you, because then they took, when truth was coming out from renowned epidemiologists from Stanford, from Harvard, like Dr. Bhattacharya and others, They banned them. They got them taken off the platforms. They silenced them. This was all done. Most of this was done directly from the result of Joe Biden having his right-hand man that was in charge of COVID stuff, Andrew Slavitt. And what's even worse to find out is the Daily Signal had an exclusive report today that, in fact, they got documents through Judicial Action or Judicial Watch or something, the House Judiciary Committee. The House Judiciary Committee got documents that show that the Biden administration suppressed books that told the truth about COVID and the vaccine. We couldn't find the truth that was saying this vaccine they were forcing on us. In fact, many people in this country were getting fired if they wouldn't get the vaccine, chased people away for a lie. And people's employers would say, you have to do this. And they would point to stuff that was a lie. And the truth was disregarded and was shut down from us. This is so filthy, disgusting, wrong. It angers me. I got more details on this, but I want to ask you some questions. Would love to hear from you right now. Chime in. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. When you think about how many people got fired from their jobs because they wouldn't take a fake vaccine that's crap and put you at risk. When you find out about how many people that were smart enough and wise enough to say, I'm leaving the military, I'm not getting a vaccine that's bad. And how many pilots we lost from this. And this son of a bleep and his acolytes banned this crap where we couldn't know the truth. They rigged it. And they put us at harm, and we can't get reparations or sue them for lying to us and hiding the truth from it. It so angers me. Do you think Biden hiding these books? So they're literally they went to Amazon. I'll give you the details before I ask you the question real fast. So the House Judiciary Committee obtained emails that show Amazon was being pressured to suppress anti-vax books. Andrew Slavitt, a senior advisor to Biden's COVID-19 response team, said, who can we talk to about the high levels of propaganda and misinformation and disinformation on Amazon? See? This garbage. Slavitt then became notorious when Elon Musk unleashed the Twitter files showing that he literally had repeatedly pressured social media companies to suppress opposition to COVID-19 vaccines. Hide the truth. Squelch it. Take a vaccine that's bad for you, that doesn't stop it, doesn't stop COVID. House Judiciary Committee subpoenaed Slavitt on November 30th. They told Slavitt we have obtained documents, the House Committee did, that demonstrate the central role you played in communicating Biden's White House censorship efforts to social media companies, including the White House demands to censor true information, true memes, satire, and other constitutionally protected forms of expression. The White House also told Slavitt not to appear at the House Judiciary Committee's hearing. These people are freaking Orwellian to the umpteenth degree, and this is beyond un-American. Facebook admitted to suppressing often true content about COVID and the vaccine because it contradicted the White House's false narrative, the lies on COVID vaccines. Why do they do this to us? Why do they lie to us? Why do they force many of us to put crap into our body that we didn't want, that we would never take once we know now? Here's my questions for you. Sorry to get all hot, but it makes me mad. And it should make you mad. That we were lied to, the truth was hidden from us, and it was forced on us. Many of us would have lost our jobs if we didn't take this crap. I thank God that my doctor told me, since I had to take something, not to take the mRNA. I took that J&J one, and you know what? I didn't care if it didn't work or not. That was no mRNA crap going into me. So I'm the only one in my family that got anything, and it was not mRNA. And I thank God to this day. Now, here's my questions for you, as Dwayne would say. Do you think Joe Biden hiding the books, trying to ban these books on Amazon and banning them, hiding them, and hiding the truth behind COVID and the COVID vaccine caused people unnecessary deaths, to lose their job for nothing, to get sick when they didn't have to from this vaccine? And do you think this administration is hiding other facts from us that we have a right to know? And is this Orwellian to you? Because it sure is to me. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. I want to hear from you on this, and I got more information on how bad this whole suppression and bearing of books that told the truth about COVID to even Amazon that they did. did. And then also, Biden has an AI plan to censor you and me. I'm going to tell you about that coming up next as well on the Chris Kroc Show on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Okay, so Amazon bowed to the White House to the pressure to conceal COVID books that tell the truth about the vaccines, told the truth about COVID. They literally were contacting behind the scenes Biden's right-hand man, his senior COVID advisor at the time, Andrew Slavitt. The House Judiciary Committee busted him, got all the intel on this, as well as Daily Signal today. They got the shows that Amazon actually yielded to pressure from Joe Biden's White House. I mean, this man and his administration is incredibly like Russia and China. I mean, I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat, do you want your president to censor the truth from you? Do you want your president to try to force you to take something that actually can harm you? In many instances has harmed people, not in everybody, but this is incredible. So Facebook admitted to, this is also on Facebook, they admitted to often suppressing often true content because it contradicted the White House's narrative on COVID-19 vaccines. This senior COVID guy for Biden, Slavitt, complained to Amazon staff, quote, "If you search for vaccines under books, I see what comes up." This is insane, isn't it? He's telling Amazon what to do. I haven't looked beyond that, but if it's what's on the surface, it's concerning. I mean, this is like a meddlesome boss creeping in on your, you know what I mean? But this is our freedom. Then also they said the team public relations feels very strongly, Amazon wrote amongst itself, that it's too visible. It'll further compound the Harry Sally narrative, which is getting the Fox News treatment today apparently, and won't fix the problem long term because of the customer behavior associations. An Amazon staffer wrote, the Harry Sally narrative refers to Amazon's controversial decision to remove when Harry became Sally. Oh, woo! All right, y'all. Do you think Biden hiding the books and the truth behind COVID and the COVID vaccine caused people unnecessary deaths, to lose their jobs for nothing, and getting sick when they didn't have to, as I do? And do you think this administration is hiding other facts from us that we have a right to know? And is this Orwellian to you as it is me? 800-288-9227 is our number. 800-288-WBAP. This is just incredible. The staffer with Amazon added the White House will likely not consider any explanation of Amazon's decisions satisfactory. Like, there's nothing you can say. The employee had to, quote, widen the searchlight flag for COVID-19 CDC website redirect so that it comes to the top of the page on more search keys. The White House probably asked why we didn't tag the content like Facebook, Twitter do if we aren't taking it down. I mean, this is literally sick. After this March 9th meeting at the White House, Amazon staff strategized how to respond to a negative story that BuzzFeed, we just had on some folks from a different publication here, which I mentioned as well. Hold on. BuzzFeed that would publish discussing COVID-19 related books for sale on Amazon. The staff noted we were feeling pressure from the White House task force related to vaccine misinformation. Anyways, this is insane, y'all. Okay? That's all there is to it. Absolute insanity. And then one more piece on this that it takes it to a whole new level. Biden's AI plan to censor you and me is revealed. I'll put out that number again, by the way. Chime in right now at 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Do you think Biden hiding the books and the truth behind COVID and COVID vaccines caused us unnecessary deaths, to lose our jobs for nothing, or getting sick when we didn't have to? And do you think this administration is hiding other facts from us that we have a right to know about? And is this Orwellian to you? 800-288-WBAP. Biden's AI plan to censor you revealed, the New York Post reports today. Americans can't tell fact from fiction. So the Twitter censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop story before Musk bought him could soon be possible on an industrial scale thanks to AI tools being built with funding from thanks to fundings from Joe Biden's administration. A report from the Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee claimed today. It reveals how the Biden administration is spending millions on AI research designed to make anti-misinformation tools, which could then be passed on to social media giants. Thank you, God, that Twitter won't do this. Do you understand why Musk said this is like for the freedom of this country and the freedom of humanity? He's the only freaking thing, and I believe that he truly did buy Twitter, knowing he would not make money off it totally. He's trying to. If anybody can, it would be him. But he literally did it to save freaking humanity. He's like, I'll lose several $1 billion over it. Who cares? Eventually, he might not, though, because this is the only place where you can tell the truth, and we get flagged if you don't. Us included. If we're wrong, we're wrong. Let's go to Randall in Oklahoma. You're on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
Well, thanks, Chris. I listen to you a lot. I really appreciate your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of things I wanted to share real quick as fast as I can, but mRNA, in some cases, in a lot of people, after it does its job, which what it does is it tells your ribosomes what kind of protein to make.
Yeah.
And so the theory behind it was to make the protein that would kill the COVID virus, and it's more complicated than that. But the problem is, sometimes that mRNA is supposed to naturally break up in your cell, and its job is done. But this synthetic mRNA oftentimes reattaches to your chromosomes. And that is a problem because we don't have any idea what kind of genetic mutations that will cause in the future.
Right.
Now, with women, when their female baby is born, they already have all their eggs for their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But men are constantly producing sperm all their life. And so a genetic mutation from a person that took the shot and it affected their chromosomes, that mutation can be passed to their children, and they can pass it to their children. Mutations are passed on down. We have no idea what kind of mutations we're going to see from this in the next couple of generations.
And I don't disagree with what little I know about this. When you have people like this evolutionary biologist talking about that, Brett Weinstein, who fascinates me with his interviews with Tucker, talking about how bad this is and how it is not ready, it was not ready, and mRNA is not there, and it produces something like you're talking about a spike protein, but it doesn't. It is not what it's supposed to do, and it's very scary the kind of things it's doing and what he's hearing about globally on the effects of this. I appreciate your call, Randall. Thank you, and please keep calling in. Great call from Oklahoma. All right, up next on the Chris Crock Show, gun buyback. Would you turn in one of your guns for $100, a gift card? Shaq hopes you will, or even $125 for a long gun. Shaq hopes you will. It's happening in Dallas County next. He is not here to tell us about the icy hot back patch. Not today, ladies and gentlemen. No, he is here to buy our guns back. It's hard not to like Shaquille O'Neal, isn't it? I have nothing negative to say about the man. I might make fun of him sometimes, but not because I dislike him. You cannot not like this guy. So I have nothing negative to say about him. But here's the deal. That he's offering to buy your gun. Well, I mean, I don't think do you really think he's going to be there? Do you think he's going to be at the Shaq O'Neal sponsored gun buyback program? He might be. Probably not. Wait. There's a promo telling you? Wait. Is it on our station? Yeah, I don't want. Well, look, I can't tell my station what to do because I'm not in charge of it. But, dude, I would appreciate not having a gun buyback program information. You heard it somewhere else, though? Oh, okay. On Ring. What do you get your news from Ring? No, it is not a reliable news source. Get out of here. Garrett, too, you're fired. I was just starting to like you. You had me, but then you lost me, son. Okay, so Shaquille O'Neal is sponsoring a gun buyback program in Dallas. Are you going to be turning in your gun? What do you say? Are you willing to turn your gun in for a $100 gift card? Are you willing to turn in your gun for a $125 gift card, a long gun? Look, I saw they had one of these in San Antonio, and I think it paid more. This is a little insulting. You know, the cost of living... I'm serious. The cost of living in Dallas is higher than San Antonio. I think they were offering more. I mean, what is this, y'all? Come on now. Would you turn one of your guns in for a $100 gift card? Would you turn it in like a long gun, like an AR-15 for $125? Dude, mine was worth a lot more than that. You know, so look, if you don't want the gun and you want to get rid of it, that's your business. I'm not here to like force it. If you should not. If you found something or one of your loved ones passed away and they own a gun and you don't know what to do with it. If I were you, though, I would take it into I would not do a gun buyback program. If you want to get rid of it because you don't know how to handle firearms or you got too many of them from your husband who passed away or vice versa or whatever, I would urge you to sell it to a place you trust and get more money for it. You get a lot more money for it. This is where if you have something that resembles a gun but it's not a gun, you go and you get a $100 gift card for something. Print something on a what do you call it? Those printers, those 3D printers. But would you actually turn in one of your guns for a $100 gift card, or even $125 for a long gun? Dude, no way. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. You could not pay me anything to get rid of my guns unless it was a lot more so they could turn around and buy another gun with that gun that I already had, buy two of them. The idea here is to multiply your firearms, not lose them, at least in my book. I am not on board. How about you? Would you turn in one of your guns for a $100 gift card or even $125 for a long gun? 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Shaquille O'Neal helping sponsor a gun buyback program in Dallas. Will he also be passing out free Icy Hot back patches? I don't know. He is also a licensed deputy, as we know, Basketball Hall of Famer, licensed deputy, Shaq, movie star, etc. And it's 9 a.m. to noon Saturday at Dallas Training Academy, whatever, Dallas Sheriff's Office Training Academy. Handgun orders get 100, long gun 125. Available only to Dallas County residents. Ooh, I'm available. No, I'm not, actually. There's a limit of 3 firearms per resident. Oh, you can't cash in. This is an opportunity for law enforcement to educate, equip community members with tools properly to discuss unwanted firearms. Now, too many deaths occurred from firearms lying around. Now, look, that's the Sheriff Marion Brown says that. And if you don't have a purpose for it or you're afraid of guns, you don't want one, then go sell it. I would sell it for double that, triple that, see what you can get at a firearms place that you can trust. So there you go, Shaq. I'm going to take a hard pass on that, but I appreciate Shaq. Nice guy. But hard pass on the turning my gun in. Did you see that Taylor Swift is threatening legal action against a student who is tracking her jet? Did you see this? Okay. There is a junior at the University of Central Florida. He's a college kid. And this woman who's she's probably a billionaire 3 times over and, 3/4 of the country and the world are like, oh, she's she is threatening to sue this freaking college kid who for years... give this kid a freaking medal or a ribbon, man. Listen to this kid. He's in college, and he has for years run accounts that log the takeoffs and landings of planes and helicopters owned by hundreds of billionaires, Russians, oligarchs, and other public figures, says MSN today, along with estimates of their planet warming emissions. So that's perfect, because she's a climate hypocrite. That's all she is. She's super woke, climate hypocrite, etc., etc. So... He's using information from accounts that are publicly data. It's publicly available data. He's not hacking anything. This is publicly available data. If you don't want us to track where your jet's going, Taylor Swift, then don't fly in a private jet. Why she literally wants to be different than everybody and other billionaires, millionaires, and other famous people. She's the only one threatening to sue this guy. This is total BS. What do you say? That's one of the things I want to ask you about. Her attorney at a Washington law firm. It's so easy for her to have some high-powered lawyer sicked upon this freaking college kid. Come on now. Cease and desist letter saying that Swift would have no choice but to pursue any and all legal remedies if he did not stop his stalking and harassing behavior. Dude, he's not like the guy showing up at her house in Greenwich Village 3 times, and getting arrested. His accounts have caused Swift and her family, quote, direct and irreparable harm, says her attorney, as well as emotional and physical distress. This is a load of garbage. This is a load of crap, and you know it. Had heightened her constant state of fear for her personal safety. Yes, she's always checking. She's always logging online. She's got an app. She's following him, following her. Oh, what's he got? What does he got? Oh, there it is. I'm out there. Oh, I'm moving. Look at that little dot. Do you really think she's doing that? I think she's exerting her power and her money to shut this guy up when he's doing it for everybody. I'll say it again. If she doesn't want us to know where she's at, then don't fly a private jet. Fair enough. So she has routinely faced stalkers who show up outside of her home, etc. Well, that's just because of who she is. And if you don't like it, don't be famous. Look, when I was interning at Dateline NBC in 1995, Elizabeth Vargas, who's was beautiful and younger and real big time at that point, and she's with News Nation now. She's got a few miles on her, but she's a wonderful lady. I wish her nothing but the best. But she, we walked together to about 5 to 8 blocks from where we were at Dateline in 30 Rock. We walked to an interview. It was for Michael Jackson when he was in Vanity Fair, that big explosive Vanity Fair article that blew all up the allegations of possible child molesting and stuff. And so I found out why she wanted me to walk with her, why Dateline had me as an intern walk with her, because she had a stalker. And she literally, one of the reasons she left Chicago, which is where I remember her, she was on television there. One of the reasons why she left and went to Dayline was because she thought she could ditch this stalker. It was terrible. I'm talking terrible, terrifying. And so she moved to New York, and the guy followed her there. I mean, this is as scary and horrible as it gets. So I understand stuff, but on the same token, Taylor Swift can have 5 armed people following her everywhere she goes. I mean, this is not a something that's a threat to her. This is, I don't want you to follow me. Well, you know what, ma'am? Then stop taking private jets. I have no sympathy whatsoever for her on this. Now, there's another little aspect I wanted to get into coming up next. Taylor Swift, singer, songwriter, PSYOP? Conservative pundits supposedly spread a wild theory, says Dallas Morning News. I don't know. Is she a PSYOP? We're going to explore that next as well in the Chris Crock. So the questions I have for you on both of these are, do you really think Taylor Swift endorsing Joe Biden again is going to change the results of this year's upcoming presidential elections? Do you actually think that? My son asked me about that yesterday. He's getting worried. He's like, he's like, how much is she going to change? And I'm concerned about her. I'm like, dude, no, there's nothing there. Do you really think can she sway the election? Producer Garrett, he's got a story to tell me during the break. I'll share it with you coming up next. I want to hear from you, too. Do you actually think this woman can actually sway the presidential election? I don't believe so at all. I'm going to tell you straight up, y'all. No way. And then do you support Taylor Swift's lawyer threatening anyone who tracks her jet using publicly available information? Public! And should she get special rules that the rest of us can't get? Because, well, she's Taylor Swift and we're not. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. We'll get into the PSYOP aspect of that next. On News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Is Taylor Swift a PSYOP, a psychological operation? Do you really... I'll just throw a few things out here for you to chew on and call in about. Do you really think Taylor Swift endorsing Joe Biden again will change the results of this year's upcoming presidential elections? And do you really think Taylor Swift is conducting a PSYOP on us? Somebody mentions in here, I'll mention some coverage from the Dallas Morning News about that it's not out of the realm to maybe be an asset for the CIA because she's so influential. Do you know that they literally do? I'm not going to say she is, but I'm saying they literally do recruit people that are celebrity or well-known people that hobnob globally and such for different reasons to use them to push or collect information with their influence. Now, is she? I don't know. But it's so funny to think about it and laugh about it, joke about it. That's all I know. So do you really think she's conducting a psyop on us? Do you support Taylor Swift's lawyer threatening anyone who tracks her jet using publicly available information? To me, that's a disgrace, and she should be ashamed of herself. Bullying a college kid. I don't care if he is a punk or not. Leave him alone. You don't want to do it? Don't share your information publicly by traveling via private jet. Should she get special rules the rest of us can't get, where we don't get to find out about her jet or where she travels, but everybody else, like Elon Musk, is okay? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Now, producer Garrett II, we have two Garretts here, it's shocking. And producer Garrett told me that there was a story on Dancing, was it Dancing with the Stars, producer Garrett? Yeah, I was Dancing with the Stars, and there was a producer for Taylor Swift or something like that, and I guess they were friends or something, I don't know, or he's a friend of hers somehow. And supposedly, the Swifties, you know, her band of young terrorist thugs, the Swifties, would flood the lines for I guess, producer Garrett, did you say they didn't like him or they did like him? He was friends with an ex-producer of Taylor Swift. So what, they didn't like him, so the Swifties shut him out? Is that what it is? Yeah. So they shut him out, and it was the most amount of votes they'd ever gotten ever, supposedly. So supposedly it was a psyop that she did, or you know, she used her army of ne'er-do-wells and thugs and thugettes or little thuglets to inundate the system and get this guy thrown off the contest. I don't know if that's true, but let's go to Drew in Arlington, who's got something very, very good to tell us about. Go ahead. With some good stuff, Drew. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome, brother.
And I appreciate what you do at night.
Thank you.
I listen to you all the time.
Thank you, brother.
I just simply want to say money buys anything. And
say it again.
Money buys anything.
True.
And this young lady with her followers thinks that she has the power to hit all the young people to vote for Biden. That's how he got the endorsement. You said something earlier in the conversation this evening about how Biden got a hold of Amazon and shut down all the books that really brought forth the Myrna thing. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm a true blood. I wasn't going to take any shot. They've been trying to take care of cancer for years, and then in 3 months, Shazam, take the shot. I didn't do it. But back to the Taylor Swift. This girl thinks she's a goddess.
Right.
She thinks that, with her support being thrown behind Biden, that these young people would come out and vote. But if you look at the young people today, they don't even know how to date.
Right.
Every time I look at these young people, they're on the bloody phone.
Now, we got less than 30 seconds here, but I got to tell you this. I agree with you, and well said. The other thing is, too, that remember when she tried to get Marsha Blackburn, senator from Tennessee, get the guy that was running against her, the Democrat, elected? In her home state of Tennessee, she lives in Nashville as one of her homes, and she failed. She couldn't even get her ousted in her own home state. Total BS is what I say. So
I copy that. And I just want one last thing. I work with a lot of young people.
Real quickly.
And I'm seeing a lot of young people wake up.
Good.
In what I do.
Good. And keep sharing. I want to call back. I want to hear more from you, brother. Okay? Promise?
Okay. All right. I appreciate you.
Great call.
Got it, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking my call.
You too, Drew. Stay in touch, brother, man.